decided to go fishing. We're going to head out to Pedra Blanca and try and get ourselves out of financial hole.
Skipper Squizzy's deep in the red, down $150,000 in revenue for the month.
I've always said fishing's gambling, and this time we bet pretty big and we lost.
The lobster market has crashed, triggered by the global COVID-19 pandemic.
The market crashed. One day it's $90 a kilo, next day it's nothing. The situation we're in now, we're probably looking at a $30 beach price, so that's a massive loss.
The veteran skipper has remortgaged his house and is now in the fight of his life to support his family and to stop his business from going under.
Everyone's in the same boat as us. I'm just going to try and do something to make the hit not that bad.
This season, the Aussie lobstermen face their greatest challenge.
This trip we're going to be getting a bill at the end of it.
Lobster prices fall to all-time lows.
Oh, here he is. Oh, got him. We're not digging ourselves out of a bit of a hole, we're digging deeper into the hole.
Caused by a global market meltdown.
I might cut the trip short and just take the loss and come home.
Fishing boats across the country are grounded.
A couple of months of no fishing is probably a couple of $100,000 worth of lobster that we haven't caught yet.
But some are willing to roll the dice.
I'm happy to take the gamble.
Risking their lives.
Hold on.
That ain't good.
And their livelihoods.
This is definitely the low point of my fishing career, that's for sure. That's why I get pissed off when I try to undo it.
Only the toughest will survive.
35 for the whole trip. Not many people that work for nothing.
If you find an undersized fish, you can have my house.
It's nearing the end of summer, and the Tasmanian rock lobster hunting season is in full swing. On board the bold contender, skipper Squizzy and deckhand Tabor are trying to get the jump on the fleet.
The plan is to go get 500 kilos at Pedra Blanca, go back to Margate Wharf and sell it to the public. That's the plan. Only plan I've got, pretty much. And touch wood, it pays off a bit. And the financial loss is not as big as what it can be right now.
Squizzy has never sold direct to the public before. It's a huge gamble, but with the wholesale fish buyers only offering 30 Australian dollars per kilo, Squizzy's hoping he can sell for double that price straight off the wharf.
It's going to be a lot of hard work. First off, we've got to catch it, go back and then sell it. And hopefully the people of Tasmania will support us.
Squizzy's deckhand Tabor had just secured his skipper's licence when the market fell apart.
Everywhere.
The father of three has offered to waive his paycheck for the trip, despite losing $20,000 in wages.
Yeah, there is concern there. I mean, I've got bills like everyone else. It's just doing what you can do to survive at the moment, keep the boat going.
The crew is steaming 112 kilometres south to Pedra Blanca Island, notorious for its rough seas and wild weather.
First pot's about to go over. It's a big gamble to come out the Pedro. The fish are running or they're not. So we could get 200 or we could get 10. So if we only catch 10, 20 or 50, we're out of there. We're not hanging around, we're going. That'd be just more fuel, more time, more money. So the gamble really has to pay off.
Squizzy has just 4 days to catch and sell 500 kilos of lobsters to keep his business afloat.
Can't overwork you for nothing.
Oh, no.
Tabor to say he's going to do this trip for nothing means a lot to me. At the end of the day, he knows that this business needs to survive, so he has a job. But I'm hoping to sell these crays to the public on the wharf. Well, hopefully I'll give him a few bucks.
In Western Australia, 4,000 kilometres west of Tasmania, the market crisis has brought the lobster fleet to a grinding halt.
I'm going to talk to the big boss today, mate, and just find out how things are travelling on the factory side of things and when we're going to get our window, mate, to go back to work.
The crew of the Corrado has been left high and dry for 7 weeks now, waiting for a green light to return to sea.
A couple of months of no fishing is probably a couple of $100 grand worth of lobster that we haven't caught yet, which we should have had in the tanks by now, but we just have to ride the storm, I suppose, and see where we end up.
Third-generation lobsterman Jay runs a family-owned business with his nephews Matt and Robbie.
This is my baby. She's a 57-foot class Marco. She's a big heavy girl, 36 tonne in the water. We can hold 1,000 kilo lobster in the tank below deck. We cruise 14, 15 knots, so we get around at a reasonable pace. The best office in the world.
Jay is using the forced shutdown to do annual maintenance. It's a costly exercise.
This period that we're on the boat here for, have the anti-foul done. I've had a couple of mechanics jobs done. We're probably looking around a $15,000 to $20,000 bill while we're here. So, yeah, we are getting towy to go back to work so we can start paying some of these bills.
No fishing means no pay, which has left deckhand Matt unable to provide for his family. He's lost $18,000 in wages since the market collapsed.
Normally on the last days, like, you land your crays and everything like that, so you get a bit of a pay. But just the way when the coronavirus hit, we sort of, that was it. Packed everything up, chucked all the crays away and brought the boat down and just get some maintenance done while we can, because there's no point in fishing at the moment, so.
All right, let's go and see if we can get some good news, eh? I'm just going to give my processor a quick buzz and have a chat to him and see what's going on.
In Western Australia, it's illegal for fishermen to sell direct to the public.
G'day, boss man, how are you?
Good, Jay, yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Jay desperately needs an order from his lobster buyer to reclaim part of his $200,000 in lost revenue.
Oh, a little bit of news for you, mate.
Oh, a little bit?
You can drop your pots in.
I can? Oh.
But you will be limited. There is a little bit of buying happening at this present stage.
Yep.
And I have a customer who's willing to buy some product.
Oh, good news.
But we're not going to buy, they're not buying huge amounts, mate, so it's very small amounts.
Yep.
So I'll be limiting all my boats to probably 500 kilo a week.
500 a week? Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit low, but, you know, it's better than nothing. Better than nothing.
500 kilos is what Jay would normally catch in a day.
500 kilo a week is probably less than a kilo a pot, so that's less than, say, 2 small crays a pot for what we haul. We would like to be a little bit higher than that, but at the end of the day, we're all screaming for dollars now. You know, we've still got lease payments to make, I've got house payments to make, but something's better than nothing.
Don't know what you think, but I'm pretty sure it's a bit much. Well, I'd hate to lose part of our gear.
Off the west coast of Tasmania in the Southern Ocean, a massive 5-metre swell has the crew of the Kaikoura weighing up its inshore fishing options.
Over there to be, yeah, we'll get half of the gear in anyway and then leave the other half till later. It's a bit of a struggle. Everything's a bit of a struggle at the moment with the coronavirus, and fish processors not taking the fish. Yeah, all the cray fishermen are doing it a bit tough at the moment, so.
Skipper Crackerr and deckhand Scotty have an order from their fish buyer to supply 1,000 kilos.
Yeah, we're going dinghy fishing today. The idea behind that is that no other boats get in where we're going to go, and hopefully the fish will be bigger in there.
But the bulk of their catch must be big red lobsters, or the $50,000 deal is off.
We'll get the dinghy in and go across here, across the bay, and it's going to come a bit southerly, I think Crackerr said, so we'll get them in and scatter.